There is a certain magic that travels on the wind, a gentle energy that seems to carry with it the stories of generations. It's as if the very air is alive, swirling with the laughter of children, the wisdom of elders, and the vibrant pulse of celebration. In India, this magic is especially palpable, woven into every thread of a wedding, where tradition and festivity meet in a dazzling embrace. The wind carries whispers of ancient traditions and the promise of new beginnings. Each ritual, each gesture, is a living echo of the past, yet brimming with hope for the future. The stories shared between elders and the rituals performed by families are not just customs. They are bridges connecting generations, ensuring that the wisdom and love of those who came before are never forgotten. One day, I received an invitation to an Indian wedding, a golden ticket to a world I'd only glimpsed in films and photographs. The invitation itself was a work of art, adorned with intricate gold foil and vibrant colors, hinting at the grandeur that awaited. It felt like being handed a key to a secret garden, a place where every moment promised to be extraordinary. The thought of witnessing such a celebration firsthand filled me with anticipation. My mind raced with questions. What would it feel like to be surrounded by so much joy? To witness traditions that have been cherished for centuries? I could almost hear the distant music and see the smiles of guests arriving, each one welcomed as if they were family. I imagined a kaleidoscope of colors, the air thick with the scent of spices, and music that could make anyone dance. The decorations would be a feast for the eyes. Bright fabrics draped from every corner, marigold garlands swaying in the breeze, and musicians filling the air with rhythms that invite even the shyest guest to join in the celebration. Every sense would be awakened, every moment a new discovery. This wasn't just about two people, it was about families, histories, and entire communities coming together in a spectacular festival. The wedding would be a tapestry of stories, of love, of resilience, of shared dreams. It was a chance to witness the merging of not just two lives, but of two families, each bringing their own traditions, hopes, and blessings to the union. I packed my bags, eager to immerse myself in a culture that celebrates life with unmatched passion. I carefully chose vibrant outfits, hoping to honor the spirit of the occasion, and wondered what it would feel like to step into a world where every detail is infused with meaning. The journey itself felt like a rite of passage, a step towards something unforgettable. I hoped to be a respectful observer, quietly taking in the beauty and significance of each moment. But little did I know, in an Indian wedding, you're instantly family. From the very first greeting, with garlands placed around my neck and a tilak on my forehead, I was welcomed not as a stranger, but as someone who belonged. From the moment you arrive, you're swept up in a whirlwind of love, laughter, and celebration. The boundaries between guest and host dissolve, and you find yourself dancing, laughing, and sharing in the joy as if you've always been a part of this family. Every smile, every embrace, every shared meal becomes a memory you'll cherish forever. This invitation was not just to watch, but to participate, to share in the joy, and to create memories woven into my own life's journey. It was an open door to a world of color, connection, and celebration. A world where every guest is cherished, every tradition is honored, and every moment is a reminder of the beauty of coming together. My journey began in the serene quiet of an airplane, high above the clouds, where the world below seemed distant and dreamlike. The gentle hum of the engines and the soft rustle of pages from fellow travelers created a cocoon of calm, a stark contrast to the vibrant chaos I was about to experience. The plane's descent felt like crossing an invisible threshold, a bridge between my familiar world and the adventure that awaited me on the ground. As the wheels touched down, anticipation fluttered in my chest. During the flight, I immersed myself in a book about Indian customs, eager to understand the traditions I would soon witness. Each page revealed that this wedding was not just a ceremony, but a tapestry of beautiful, interconnected rituals, each with its own meaning and history. Stepping off the plane was like moving from black and white into technicolor. The air was thick, warm, and humid, carrying with it a medley of unfamiliar scents, spices, flowers, and the promise of rain. Every breath felt like an introduction to a new world. The airport itself buzzed with life, a vibrant tapestry of people, languages, and voices blending together. Families reunited with laughter, porters hurried by with mountains of luggage, and everywhere the energy was electric and welcoming. The drive to the venue was an adventure in itself. Streets pulsed with movement, cars weaving through traffic, auto rickshaws darting between buses, and pedestrians flowing like a river. It was a harmonious dance of chaos and order, unlike anything I'd ever seen. Everywhere I looked, women in brilliant saris moved gracefully through the crowds, their colors dazzling in the sunlight. Street vendors lined the roads, their stalls overflowing with marigold garlands, sweets, and trinkets, each one a signal that celebration was in the air. In the distance, the rhythmic beat of drums echoed through the streets, calling everyone to join the festivities. The sound grew louder as we approached, building excitement and drawing people together in anticipation. The air grew sweeter with the aroma of fresh rose petals and the rich, spicy scent of traditional Indian food. It was a sensory invitation, promising a grand feast and unforgettable moments. As I arrived, I realized I was stepping into the epicenter of joy, a place where happiness was not just present but celebrated as the guest of honor, and where every moment sparkled with anticipation for the days ahead. Arriving at the venue felt like stepping onto a film set, where every detail had been meticulously crafted to create an atmosphere of magic and anticipation. The air was alive with excitement, and the sense of occasion was unmistakable. But unlike a film, every emotion here was genuine. Raw, unfiltered, and deeply moving. Families reunited after years apart, friends greeted each other with laughter and tears, and the joy was palpable in every embrace. The entrance itself was a breathtaking archway woven from marigolds and roses, their vibrant colors glowing in the soft evening light. The soulful notes of the shehnai floated through the air, weaving a melody that seemed to welcome every guest personally, setting the tone for the celebration ahead. Smiling family members, dressed in dazzling traditional attire, greeted each guest with open arms. Their genuine warmth and hospitality instantly dissolved any sense of being an outsider, making everyone feel like a cherished part of the festivities. The bride's aunt approached me with a gentle smile and placed a bindi on my forehead, a simple yet profound gesture that spoke volumes about inclusion and belonging. In that moment, I felt truly welcomed into their world. Platters of traditional sweets were passed around, each piece a symbol of hospitality and shared happiness. The taste of mithai lingered on my tongue, sweetening the air with the promise of joyful memories to come. The venue itself was transformed into a wonderland. Colorful fabrics draped from every corner, fairy lights twinkling overhead, and a fountain adorned with floating candles and rose petals. Every glance revealed a new detail, each more enchanting than the last. Embroidered tablecloths, lush flower arrangements, and ornate chairs turned the space into a palace of dreams. It was clear that every element had been lovingly arranged, reflecting the care and devotion poured into this celebration. Children in vibrant outfits darted between the guests, their laughter ringing out like music and adding to the symphony of joy that filled the hall. Their playful energy was infectious, reminding everyone of the innocence and happiness at the heart of the occasion. The air was thick with the heady perfume of fresh flowers and incense, mingling with the tantalizing aromas drifting from the banquet preparations. It was a sensory feast, promising delights for both the heart and the palate. I stood in awe, surrounded by a sea of smiling faces and vibrant energy, swept up in a wave of positivity and celebration. In that first embrace of the festivities, I realized I was witnessing not just a wedding, but the coming together of hearts, traditions, and dreams. The first ceremony I witnessed was the mehendi, a relaxed, joyful gathering for the women. The bride, radiant in green, sat on a flower-adorned swing as artists applied intricate henna to her hands and feet. Each design was meaningful, often hiding the groom's name, a playful tradition. Guests were invited to join. I eagerly had a floral design painted on my palm. The cool, earthy scent of henna was surprisingly pleasant, a beautiful temporary souvenir. We bonded over our designs, sipping chai and sharing stories as the paste dried. The darker the henna, the deeper the love, they said. The mehendi was more than decoration. It was a ritual of beauty, love, and support. Women sang, laughed, and showered the bride with blessings. It was an intimate celebration, connecting generations through art and tradition. If mehendi was a gentle stream, the sangeet was a thundering waterfall of joy. The venue transformed into a dance floor, pulsing with colorful lights and excitement. Family and friends performed choreographed dances, funny, emotional, and heartfelt tributes to the couple. The bride's father's dance moved me to tears, his love expressed in every step. Soon everyone joined the dance floor, swept up in infectious Bollywood beats. I was pulled in by friendly cousins, learning moves and laughing together. No one judged, only encouragement and shared happiness. The night became a blur of movement, color, and sound. The Sangeet united two families, not through formality, but through the universal joy of music and dance. It was a celebration of community, love, and new beginnings. The wedding day began with the Barat, the groom's grand procession to claim his bride. I joined the groom's side, swept up in a sea of color and energy. A live band played thunderous tunes as the groom, dressed in a magnificent sherwani and turban, arrived on a white horse. Family and friends danced around him, their joy overflowing into the streets. Money was tossed in the air, a gesture of prosperity and protection. The drummer's relentless rhythm vibrated through us all. I found myself dancing with the groom's relatives, caught up in pure jubilation. At the entrance, the bride's family welcomed us with the milni, a formal, heartfelt embrace between families. The Barat was a perfect blend of tradition and exuberance, marking the official start of the wedding. It was a spectacle I'll never forget. After the grand arrival, we moved to the heart of the wedding. The main ceremony under a stunning mandap. The bride, breathtaking in red and gold, joined the groom beneath a canopy of flowers and lights. The priest chanted ancient verses, the sacred fire at the center bearing witness. Every ritual, from offerings to the tying of a sacred knot, was steeped in symbolism. The Saptapadi, 7 steps around the fire, sealed their vows of love, respect, and companionship. The groom applied sindoor and placed a Mangal Sutra on the bride, marking her as married. The couple sought blessings from their elders, surrounded by pride and bittersweet joy. Under the stars, 2 souls were united for eternity. No Indian wedding is complete without a magnificent feast. The dining area was a spectacle, buffet tables laden with dishes from every region. Aromas of biryani, curries, fresh breads, and saffron desserts filled the air. Chefs prepared dosas and naan to order, showcasing the richness of Indian cuisine. I sampled everything, each bite a burst of complex flavors and love. Eating together was a celebration in itself, forging new bonds over shared plates. Laughter and conversation flowed as we exchanged favorite dishes. The dessert table was a paradise of mithai, gulab jamun, barfi, kulfi, each a sweet delight. The feast mirrored the wedding, abundant, generous, and full of love. It was a sensory celebration, honoring the new couple and their families. All celebrations must end, and the final, most emotional moment was the vidai, the bride's farewell. The atmosphere shifted from joy to quiet emotion as she prepared to leave her childhood home. Tears flowed, bittersweet, filled with pride and sorrow. The bride hugged her family, received blessings, and performed a final ritual, tossing rice over her shoulder in gratitude. The groom gently took her hand, promising care as they began their new life. As the car pulled away, the wedding's grandeur faded, leaving only the raw emotion of love and family. I left with a heart full of warmth and memories, reminded that while customs differ, love and connection are universal. Open your heart to the world's cultures. You may find yourself welcomed as family.